guys, welcome to the Tar Series 7. Today I'm reviewing this, which is the Avengers Mech Shrike, Mechasaurus, Sam Wilson, Captain America, and Red Wing. So really cool, really blessed from this day. I actually just put up a video about the Epic Hero series, and I cannot believe that I found this, and this is pretty cool. As you can see, we got Epic Hero series there, 4 inches tall, and it looks great. I really like the box art, and then we have him in his little Red Wing form over here, and it's a weird concept, but I think it's really cool. They also had Black Panther and Iron Man, which I will show pictures of in this video, but I chose to pick up Sam Wilson because I thought he was the most unique out of all of these. And then you can also see Hulk and Black Panther and Iron Man on the box, and I really like all the pictures. Now on this side there's actually a little bit of a bio which mentions Ultron, so maybe they're going to do Ultron in this wave. That's pretty cool. And the theme of this is dinosaurs, which is kind of weird, but these mech shrike things are often a little strange. Either way, it's interesting. And then here's the UPC on there if you guys need that. And yeah, let's take him out of the box. As you can see, he looks great, and I think they did a pretty good job with him. Like I said, they also have Black Panther and Iron Man. I think those two look really good, and I'll probably pick them up at some point, but I might wait to get them in their single releases because I believe they will have single releases for them too. But he looks great. Looking at the face, you can see it's pretty nice. It's obviously based on the comic books, and I think it looks pretty good. I think the paint on all of this, like on the star, on the chest, and also the red and white stripes, I think it's all pretty nice and clean for a 4-inch action figure, because you have to remember sometimes when they go with the smaller scale, it doesn't always look as good. Now my shield's a little warped, that's the only thing I don't like about it, but the paint on it is very nicely detailed. I do not like the clip. That's the only other thing I don't really like about it. I do not like that kind of clip, but for the most part it's holding up, it works well, and he's got some nice mold detail on the pants there and the boots, so that's pretty nice. And relatively, I feel like all the paint apps on this, and even his little robotic Red Wing, I feel like all the paint apps are pretty clean, so I like that. And yeah, in terms of articulation, it's pretty good articulation, you know. You got a 360 the head, you can look up on up and down, it's on a ball joint. You don't get a lot of movement, but it's pretty good. You got a 360 the arms, you can swing out the shoulder. You have a single joint elbow, which also rotates 360. The legs also kick forwards and backwards and outwards, so that's nice. You have a single joint knee, and it can also rotate 360 as well. So in terms of articulation, while there's not a lot, I do feel like you're getting a pretty good amount there, and I like that. Now here we have the Red Wing. I like how they do call this Red Wing. That's pretty cool, and it's a weird concept. You got a little arc reactor there. Again, this for their little dinosaur format, and the wings are pretty cool. I like how they're red, white, and blue and silver. I do wish you got a separate pair of wings for Sam for when he's not wearing this, but regardless, I mean, you know, it is pretty cool. And I think they did a pretty good job with this, too. I like how it kind of, and you'll kind of see this in a minute, but I like how every part is utilized here. Kind of like on the back here, this little clip that you can place his shield into when it's in wing form, but you can also use his little weapon and put it there as weapon storage as the tail, so I think that's pretty cool. And I like how these little pegs that kind of like hold up to the legs as well, so that's pretty neat. It's a little ball joint, and I like that they include that because they could have just easily made this like a generic backpack, but I do like how they actually went and tried to give it a little bit of a function, if you will, and I think that's pretty cool, and they didn't really leave much space unused. Now to transform it, it's a little goofy, but basically you want to pop these legs and the tail off, and then basically you're going to open up the chest front here, and then you also want to push the head down a little, that way it kind of closes in. It may like pull the wings back too if you want to do that, but after you do all that, you just kind of want to like pull this little clip out that's inside of it, and then you'll attach Sam to that, and you can see it's a pretty cool clip. The only thing about it is because it's articulated, which is kind of cool because it allows you some movement, it does kind of move around on you, but you just pop him into there, and might take you a little bit. It took me a little bit when I was doing this video. But yeah, so you do that, and then you just pull it down, and then you push the head down so you can see Sam. I'm not gonna lie, I wish you could have pulled this up and actually made it like a helmet form. I think that would have been really cool. That's my only real gripe about this, but overall it's pretty neat. And then once you do that, you just want to take one of the legs, and they just have like a little peg hole on them, and I'll turn around to where you can kind of see it in a second. But you just basically you plug the peg into the responding leg, and then boom, he has these like giant boots on, and they just look great. And there you can see is the peg and his foot going into it, and I like that they have peg holes too. That's always good on action figures, especially the smaller ones, because they don't always stand that well, but I will say this one has been standing pretty well, so that's nice. And then once that's pegged in there, you just want to go to the back of it, and then, or you also want to put on the claw weapon, which I completely forgot about up until this moment, which doubles as the tail that I mentioned, so you want to give him that. And then on the back there is where you will attach the shield, and I'll show that in a second. But I really like the wings. They're nice, they're red, they're white, they're blue, they're silver. The Captain America colors, they look good. And I will say the articulation is not bad on them, but basically you just plug the shield into there, and you can also have the shield on like he's using it as a weapon, so I think that's pretty cool. But I like how there's a little bit of weapon storage, and you can just kind of put it on the back. That's kind of like a Sam Wilson trademark, the shield on the back while he's flying, so I like that. And then I also like how the articulation isn't hindered, how it just comes up to the boot, so you can kind of still move his feet around. I think that's pretty cool. And then also the wings are really well articulated. I like how they can rotate and also bend out. Like, it's kind of funny to me that the wings on this move better than the Marvel Legends BAF wings for the Sam Wilson cap they did. And honestly, when you take it off, all of like the dino gear, and you just leave the wings on, it doesn't look that bad. I will say I wish they had included like separate wings so you didn't just have to have this all the time, but for the most part it looks pretty cool. And for their first release for Sam Wilson, I think it's nice. Here's a Marvel Universe Captain America for comparison, and then here's some Marvel Legends Retro for comparison. Also, here's Ultron from Avengers Age Ultron's basic toy line. Here's the Doctor from Doctor Who. Here's Nick Fury. Here's a 6-inch Falcon from the Marvel Legends series. And then here we have PS4 Spider-Man also in this scale. And then here we have Movie Falcon in this scale. And then here's Iron Man from the 5-inch scale that this new line is replacing. So ultimately, I think this is really great. I like the articulation. I like the accessories, the weapon pack you get with it. I think they did a good job, and I'm really excited for this scale and excited to see what they do with it. Thanks for watching. Please rate, like, and subscribe.